Charlie Munger's famous words, the first $100,000 is a but you gotta do it. While it may sound harsh, it holds some level of truth in there. That's because saving the first $100,000 sets a solid foundation to your financial future, and it's through the power of compound interest that makes it so crucial. In this video, we'll explore why saving $100,000 is so tough, but why it's so crucial towards building wealth. We'll also break down some numbers, as well as provide some actionable steps on how to save that first 100K. Let's go. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Diane, and on this channel I share strategies and tips on healthy living, personal finance, and building wealth to help us lead healthier, happier, and freer lives. Charlie Munger is a well-known American businessman, investor, and philanthropist who has been instrumental in the success of Berkshire Hathaway. With a net worth of over $2 billion, he is widely considered to be one of the most successful investors of all time. He says that saving your first $100,000 is crucial, as this milestone is critical to building a solid financial future. However, saving $100,000 can be challenging due to the rising cost of living and financial obligations like student loans, mortgages, and car payments. So the biggest challenge to saving $100,000 boils down to 2 points. First, it requires a lot of hard work and heavy lifting. Second, it requires a lot of discipline and consistency. But once you achieve this milestone, it proves that you're on the right track towards building wealth through the power of compound interest. Compound interest can make your money grow exponentially over time. You earn interest on the initial amount you invest, as well as on the interest generated over time, creating a compounding effect where your money grows faster and faster. For instance, if you invested $10,000 at the age of 25 in the S&P 500 index with an annualized return of 10%, and you let it grow with compound interest for 40 years, you would have over $452,000 by the age of 65. Take Warren Buffett, a legendary investor who's been investing for over 80 years, buying great companies and holding on to them. His secret to success is investing with a long-term mindset, patience, and consistency to building wealth. As he famously said, our favorite holding period is forever. Saving your first $100,000 may seem daunting, but remember, consistency and time are your allies. Let's dive into the math behind why it gets easier and easier after this big milestone. Assuming you can save and invest $10,000 per year, with an annualized 7% return, it would take about 7.8 years to save your first $100,000. The majority of that first $100,000 will come from your own savings, with interest making up a smaller percentage. You can clearly see that the first $100,000 comes purely from savings. In other words, we are doing the majority of the heavy lifting during this time period. More specifically, your principal contributions made up of over 75% of the first $100,000 saved. If this seems like a long time, that's because it is. All else being equal, saving your first $100,000 will take up the most time. As we continue to save and invest, the overall investment will comprise less of principal contributions and more of interest earned. Saving the next $100,000 and beyond will become a lot easier through the power of compound interest. So here's the math behind saving your first $1 million. Leveraging the same assumptions as before, let's see how much each additional $100,000 would take to $1 million. Under these assumptions, we can see that the first $100,000 took us 7.8 years to make. The next $100,000 up to $200,000 will take us about 5 years. And the next $100,000 will take us 3.8 years. And the next 100 will take us about 3 years, and so forth. As you can see, by the time we make $900,000, and to make up to the $1 million mark, it will take us about 1.4 years. Time has exponentially decreased. What we're seeing here is how compound interest works. In other words, our principal contribution is earning interest, and that interest is earning interest, and that interest is earning interest, and so forth. Given enough time, compound interest will eventually be responsible for the majority of your investment portfolio. As you continue to save and invest, the balance of your portfolio will shift, with interest making a larger percentage of growth. So in fact, the time it takes to save each $100,000 will get smaller and smaller due to the power of compound interest. Based on this example, after 18 years, interest will be responsible for the majority of your investment growth. Here are key steps you can take to save your first $100,000. The earlier you start investing, the more time compound interest has to work its magic. Even small contributions make a big difference over time. Remember, Warren Buffett's been investing for over 80 years, starting at the age of 11. Automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers from your paycheck to your savings account so you never see the money. This can help you stay consistent with your savings habits. Get out of bad debt. High interest debt can hinder your ability to save, so prioritize paying off any outstanding debts. Cut expenses. Take a hard look at your budget and see where you can cut. Every dollar that you save can go towards that first $100,000. Increase income. You can only cut down your expenses so much. Next, you have to start thinking about increasing your income and how you can increase your income. Look for ways to boost your income, whether it's through starting side hustles or building out skills so you can make more money. Last but not least, be financially literate. The first step towards building wealth is to have a solid financial education. So attend online classes, seminars, or reading personal finance books. Remember, saving $100,000 may take up a lot of time and effort, but it's critical towards building wealth. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, and watch your money grow over time. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.